I don't know. Videos like this just makes me think that sometimes women in the geek field is some of the bad parts of the geek experience, because this is probably the most low-hanging fruits you could do. I get it. I get it. To captivate the geeks, you I don't know. This is the thing where I think it's amazing that women are part of the geek culture, right? I think it's amazing. I have a daughter that's really love. She's a geek herself, right? She loves manga. She loves buying collectible toys and stuff like that. She loves it. But at the same time, I think women are the worst, or not the worst part, but they're one of the worst parts of geek culture. Essentially, women like this, where you are adding to possible toxicity in the geek culture. Okay, like you have women that cosplay and do what you want to do, right? I said do what you want to do, but at the end of the day, it's such a low-hanging fruit. It's such a thing that you don't need to do. Where women cosplay in extremely skimpy clothes, where women use their sexualities to push whatever, to gain following, to gain clout, to gain an edge, right, in geek culture. Because I get it. Women are men's biggest weakness. Lust is men's biggest weakness. I get it. Okay, if you can captivate men's lusts, you can essentially, it's a money-making thing. But it's such a low-hanging fruit, and it's such, in my honest opinion, it only perpetuates the negativity. Okay, how you see this sometimes, right? Where, let's say, the women that cosplay, they always say that, oh, these men are so, these geeks are so, they only sexualize me. Yeah, okay, they're oogling at me, or they're creeping us. It's like, at the same time, as women in the geek culture, you over-sexualize yourself. Okay, and I don't support or condone or happy about the men that do sexualize women. But when you add to it, when you participate in the over sexualization of women, of yourself, it's like, why? It's like the hypocrisy in that, right? It's the hypocrisy in that, where so you complain about being over sexualized, yet in turn you over sexualize yourself. I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe I'm crazy, right? Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe where I think that, what? How about just be a normal person? Wear a normal t-shirt. Don't go the extra effort. And maybe women don't, but sometimes I believe that they do go the extra effort to, objectify themselves, or, be a bit more sexual. I think that's not healthy. I think that's not good. I think that only adds to the negativity of the culture. It only adds to the problems. It doesn't solve it. Oh, and some may think that, it's victim blaming. In my honest opinion, it's not. Have some accountability, right? Have some accountability. How about think that maybe you add to the badness, right? You add to the negativity. You add to, bad situations. Maybe you contribute to it. Not saying you deserve it, or not saying that you are the one at fault, but what are your actions? Okay, this doesn't counteract the actions of others. It's just, what are your actions? What are you doing?
You want my number, had to hit him with the fantasizing, got him feeling for this.
This will probably be an unpopular take, because I'm not simping, right? I'm not simping for her. But this is a thing where, in a time period where women are more free than ever before, it shows that women are no different, or they have no leg to stand on for the complaints they have against men, right? You call men creeps, you call men, a whole bunch of things, right? Men objectify women and stuff like that. But when given the power, right, power to dictate your own life, women will objectify themselves. Women will try to attract creeps on their own, right? When given the power to control the narrative, women will still over-sexualize themselves. Women will still try to be a beacon for creeps. Okay, they don't try to actually counteract it. Now, because like this is the thing when women realize that the world shouldn't have creeps, that's idiotic. I do not believe in a world that we won't have good people and bad people. I just don't, because I think good and bad is within all of us. Okay, it takes discipline, it takes and honestly strength and intelligence and so much other things to actually fight against certain kind of urges, fight against certain kind of mindsets. Okay, be someone different. I just think that's how it is. That's reality. So it will always be the human experience to have good and bad people. What you can do, right? You can't control other people, right? You can't control other people. That's just not how the world works. So I'm not saying, oh, I want women to stop. No, do what you want to do. But at the end of the day, what you can control is yourself. You can control the narrative that you help push out. We keep on thinking that, oh, I don't control what happens to other women, but you kind of do, right? You kind of contribute to it. We constantly think, oh, women are not a monolith. Black people are not a monolith. Men are not a monolith. But if more people, right? Let's say men. If more men start thinking that, oh, I will not treat women like, I will not abuse women. I will not be toxic to women. That is you helping to control the narrative. Right? Because let's say this, statistically, yes, men commit more violent crimes. But also, same statistics, that majority of men do not commit violent crimes. Right? Those go hand in hand. So it's, truthfully, yes, men are actively combating the narrative. Right? Most men do not commit violent crimes. Most men don't. Yes, the statistics are, it includes mostly men, but it's not the same thing. So we gotta understand that we have to try our best as individuals to control the narrative. Okay, do your best, but it's the insanity that we are adding to it, right? The least you could not do is add to bad narratives, right? Negative narratives, negative stereotypes, negative point of views. That's the least you could do. So I don't know. That's just my view. Oh, also, I do want to say this, right? I get it. Men's weakness will always be women and lust. I wish more men would stand up to that weakness. I wish more men would combat that weakness. I'm not saying that there aren't a lot of men, but I think there's more men that don't combat it, right? More men that fall victim to that weakness. So it's just something that I wish I could promote. I wish I could push out to the masses that, control your weekness. Because here's the thing, women like this, she's making money off of your weakness. That's the thing. She's making money off your weakness. Why are you letting that happen? Okay? At the end of the day, that money should be going to your life, to improve your life, to improve the life of someone that you value, okay? The family, the woman, the children that you value. But, we're weak to it. So, just something I thought.
Why do men ask permission to have a first kiss with a girl? As someone who's in the dating world, there is nothing less attractive than a man at the end of a date when you've had a great date and you have chemistry and there's like the moment and it's about to be your first kiss and then he goes, hey, is it okay if I kiss you? It just takes the moment away. Like, it ruins it. I'm telling you, and I know other girls agree. If you're having a good date with a girl and you're feeling the chemistry and you can tell she likes you, just go in for the kiss. Asking for permission is not a good move, and a lot of times it's gonna make the girl think, and she'll be like, actually no, or just takes you out of the moment.
I don't care what she says, right? I mean, not because what you're thinking. It's just that I've seen a lot of women saying that, oh, men objectify women. Let's be honest, women objectify themselves, right? Women objectify themselves, particularly in 2025. Women objectify themselves here. But this is where I hold men accountable, right? It is the low-hanging fruit, okay? To get popular, to get money, to make money, women will objectify themselves because women know that men's biggest weakness is men's desire for women, right? Men's desire for women, men's lust. Right? Women and lust is men's biggest weakness. It's men's kryptonite. So, you want to make money? You want to gain a following? You want to get noticed? You objectify yourself. I just, sometimes I wish, right, that men wouldn't be so weak to it. But I mean, it's not like I don't understand it, right? I was there, I've been there, and it took time where, honestly, it's not healthy for you anyway. It's not a good thing for you. You objectifying her, you desiring her, you wanting her does what? It's one woman. What? Hundreds of thousands of men want her. What do you think is going to happen? You ain't going to get her. You're nothing special, right? None of these women would even spit on you if you were on fire. But they'll take your money. They'll take your money, your subscription money. They will take your validation, your attention, your effort. But they don't want you. So it's like, I don't know. I honestly feel if women weren't men's biggest weakness, men will get shit done, right? Men will accomplish it. Men will have different goals, right, in life. Men would be more purposeful in life. But what can I say? I mean, I think it's a lot of times it's human nature, right? It's men's nature. It's just disappointing, right? Because it's a It's a trap that a lot of us have to fight against and get over. Sometimes it's too late. Sometimes we will never get out of that trap. So, I don't know. I just want to say that women objectify themselves, right? Let's be honest. It's not like men out here objectifying women like that. In 2025, women are doing it themselves. But this is where men are, because women know that this is men's weakness, and that's how they can gain clout, money, fame, whatever. Okay, I've been seeing a lot of videos like that, okay? About this, I guess that magic shop or whatever, that online store. And I get it, right? I understand why, you know, you got thirst trap. So men are easily manipulated by a good-looking woman. But I don't know, these are things where I wish men were better, right? I wish men were better. I wish men weren't simple. I wish men had more self-respect and strength. Because you understand what they're doing. They're thirst trapping you, so you get to notice their business. But you're not really caring about the product. You're just caring about, you know, the big busty woman that is showing off whatever. And I just feel like shit like this, yes, it will get you noticed, but it just detracts away from the hobby. Now, I get it. I'm probably gonna get hate for this or whatever, but I just, you know, I view like ideas like this as belittling to men. And I get it. Maybe I'm just giving men way too much credit, but I want. And again, part of my stupid feelings, I want men to be better, right? Because a while back, I did a video, right? I did a video of a man spending 10K for a photo op with his favorite OF model. Now, I don't know if that's like easy money for him, but like, all he did was a photo op and a hug for 10K. I'm like, seriously, that, and you can see how he looks. He looks like a geeky guy, fat, geeky, you know, your typical guy that subscribes to OF. And things like that just show me like he could have used 10K to invest, right? Increase that money so he could be more financially stable, more financially well off, a better future provider, more be more desirable by women if he's a better provider. He could invest 10K in his health, right? Gym membership, trainer, diet. He could invest 10K in, I don't know, coaching, mentorship. He could have done therapy, right? He could have used 10K to improve himself in so many ways for he can get a woman instead of spending 10K for him to just have a photo op with a woman. Because that woman, that model, used that 10K so she can go on a vacation with her boyfriend. What was the point? And this is the thing, I get it. Men's biggest weakness, or probably only weakness, is women. But that's like, we shouldn't have such a weakness, or such a strong weakness, such an obvious weakness. And again, like I said, I'll probably get hate for this. It's just, I don't know, I want better for men. That we're not so controlled by our lusts. That we are not so easily manipulated because of our lusts. I think it's disappointing, and I think it's, I don't know, it's just a sad image on us. Because we have this, I forgot, over 5 million men or whatever, a large amount of men subscribe to OF. A large, there's a, you know, the incel men who complain they can't get any women. It's just, we have so many young men right now that are, you know, having trouble in life. I think a big part of that is we are controlled by our lusts. We're so fixated on it. Instead of, you know what, caring about ourselves, having self-respect, improving ourselves to be better. No, we care so much about women. We care so much about our lusts, our desire for women. And I've been there and done that, okay? And I had to wake up from that because it was not healthy. It was not healthy. And it didn't create happiness for me. It didn't do nothing for me. You know, just a whole bunch of bad relationships, a whole bunch of bad situations. And so I woke up and focused on myself, focused on building a better man, right? A better life, being a better provider, being a better option for any future women. So, I don't know.
Today be the day. Welcome back to day 18 of opening Destined Rivals until I pull my king. I'm officially 122 or so packs deep of Destined Rivals. I'm extremely happy to have pulled both the Misties, but everything else has basically been the same pulls back to back. First up. Another Moltres. is a good sign. It's technically both my kings, but not the card I won. It was only appropriate to leave the 2 kings for last. LPM. Well. Today was not the day, but we are one step closer. See this? This is a good sign. But you know I wouldn't leave you hanging. I came prepared. And don't you worry, the king hunting is going to continue, so you know what that means. I'll see you tomorrow. Black Bolt and White Flare battle. Let's see which sticker collection is better. Of course, we're going to start with my girl Gothitelle first. She's perfect. 3 packs of White Flare, let's get it. Shiny. Hello. Ah, she's so cute. Another shiny. LPM. Ooh, that was rough. Nothing in the White Flare, but let's see if the Black Bolt does it justice. Now for the 3 packs of Black Bolt. Pokeball. Wait, this is adorable. This was a card I really wanted to pull, so I'm so excited for this one. Needless to say, Black Bolt already won. LPM. Another Pokeball. I will say, the promos alone in this makes it so worth it, especially my queen. But aside from the Pokeballs and the shiny energies, the Black Bolt was the freaking winner. It's so cute. 10 out of 10 pull. Well, y'all, I'm gonna run inside before it starts pouring and wish me luck with Top Golf tonight, but I will see y'all in the next one.
Lisa is texting you, not me. I don't know what you want from me. Just got this car. I know. I just got this car. Can you pull over into there? On my watch, I'm saying Lisa's texting you, not me, because she has my phone in her hand, thinks, hey, Eric's dad, Eric's best friend. Do you think it's okay for Eric to have wanted to get his get back? Do you think it's okay, because I was raw dogging 2 other guys, for Eric to want to get his get back? And do you think it's okay for him to have taken out another girl and raw dog her? Do you think that's okay? She's texting, that's my dad, my own father, and my best friend, right? Love the guy to death. My best friend, texting him that. And so I'm on my watch. I'm trying to play a little game of like, let me not have her do this crazy shit with my family. And I text on the watch, hey, that's Lisa texting you, not me. She didn't like that. She didn't like that one bit. She did not like that one bit. And that's, the video. I'm like, bro, I just got this car. I had this car for 11 days. 11 whole days, bro. 11 whole days. She still, to this day, refuses to take accountability for that. Refuses to take accountability for crashing my car. She told me straight up on the messages. She said, if you want me to admit to crashing your car, at least let me crash your car. I'm like, B word. What the hell do you mean? But here's the crash. There's the donut that I put on it that I had to drive 7 miles to this dang body shop with this car looking like that.
One of the biggest things why I do these videos is to show you that women are no different. Women are no special. Women are not more like, you think women are nicer, kinder, more nurturing, more this, more that, more that. Men are terrible, men are this, men are that. No, women are no better than men. Women are no better than the men they complain about. This is a thing where I've seen women abuse men. I've seen women treat men like shit. It's like one of the things why I love men's content. It is meant to break the propaganda, right? The propaganda. It's also meant to tell men, we know our biggest weakness is women and our lust. Stop it. Stop it. Because essentially men have no standards. If he finds her attractive, everything else is not, he doesn't even care about anything else. And that's the problem. Right? A lot of us men do not care about the red flags if she's attractive enough. Even if we find her just attractive, right? And even if she shows us a bit of kindness, we will ignore every and other red flag, every and any red flags, just because we find her attractive. At the end of the day, we learn peace is more important. Self-respect is more important. His self-respect, his peace wouldn't have cost him his car. So
man that is 6'4", dark skin, tattoos, muscular, and all the qualities that a woman like is gonna give a 5'4" short man like me some dating advice about women and whatnot, because he got everything that a woman wants. Women just go up and give him the pocketbook, and then he try to give me the advice as, hey, get your money up, man, and then you can get a woman. A woman. If I get my money up to where I want to be, I'm getting women. And then once again, his fake ass was like, nah, man, see, you don't want that, man. I lived that life before, man. That life is meaningless, man. It's endless. Is it, woman? I said, is this you trying to convince me not to do it? Because it's not working. I never got the experience being a whore. I got to work hard. So I only been with 2 women in the past year and a half.
Y'all keep giving him an answer, but y'all not giving him the real answer. It's just obvious, bro. Trying to fuck something. He just trying to fuck some shit. Multiple shits. Let me tell you why, you know what I'm saying? He over here complaining about like, the 6 foot whatever guys can give all they, they got all this what a woman want. And a short guy like me, I never got to experience any of that. So when I get my money up there, I'll become a whore. He said only been with 2 women throughout this whole year, okay? What, you wanted to be with 3, 4, 5, 6? He just trying to fuck something. He trying, let's just be honest. He, basically complaining about how he barely get to experience with women like that throughout his life because of his height. So,
let me say this, okay? If you are a man that complains, right? I.e. complains about women, saying, oh, women are gold diggers, women are, whores and shit like that, or women are, you have a lot of complaints about women. But then when you talk, it shows that if you were in this position, right, in a certain position, like i.e. you were highly desirable, you would be no better. You would be no better. You would be a whore yourself, okay? You would be a user of women. So complaining that women use men, and then honestly, if you are honest with yourself, you would do the same thing. You would use women. Then you have no leg to stand on. Now I'm not talking about him because I don't know him, right? But I think a lot of men, let's say the incels, right? They complain that women love the chads, women love, the good-looking men, women love tall men, women love wealthy men, okay, fine, I get it. But then, right, if you are truly honest with yourself and say that, okay, what if you became the chads, right? You became top-tier men. Or, hell, even if you're not top-tier men, you yourself, if you had a chance with a woman, could you be honest with yourself and say that, oh, I wouldn't choose a woman based on physicality. I wouldn't choose a woman based on superficial traits. Would you be honest? Would you be honest that, I just want love. I just want someone that loves me and that loves me for me. Or would you be, a stereotypical incel that, oh, I want love, but you know what? I'm not going to accept that fat woman. I'm not going to accept that ugly woman. I want a woman that, is gorgeous, skinny, big booty, big breasts, just really someone good looking. Then get off your moral high ground, right? You're no better than the people you complain about. I'll say the same thing with women, okay? So many women complain about men, but you know what? When you listen to them, they're no better than the men they complain about. So I wish more people, okay? If you complain about whatever, in this case, the opposite sex, have some self-reflection. Have some self-reflection because are you any better? I think we have to understand, if you complain about people, but you will be no different, given the situation, right? If you were in that situation, you'll be no different, then get off your moral high ground. You're no better. What I wish a lot of men would do is self-reflection. To understand, because I said this, I believe in this, right? High body count, right? Oh, I want to have sex with a lot of women, whatever. It's not good for either people, right? Neither men nor women. Particularly average people. Average people, I don't think having a body count is good for either people. I think it jades you. It messes with your brain. I really think. Because in my honest opinion, I have a body count of what? 10? And to be honest, and I've had some, unique experiences too, right? I've done, a wide range of things when it comes to women. But, I mean, I'm just saying like 3-something, whatever, okay? I'm just saying like, to be honest, even though I don't have a crazy body count, I never enjoyed one-night stands or being with women that I really don't have an emotional connection to. Maybe I'm, what people would, call me a simp bait or whatever. But to be honest, I'm the kind of person that I love an emotional connection. Okay? Yes, if she's attractive, great. But at the end of the day, attraction does what? Okay? Yeah, it attracts you to the person, but I don't think it keeps the person. So I like a person who they are inside more. I mean, I'm not saying that, oh, I want a 1, I want a 2. I want a woman that I find disgusting. No, but attraction is nice, but I prefer, number 1 truly is personality. Because at the end of the day, you could be dating a supermodel. Yeah, if she treats you like dirt, how great is it? And I've seen a lot of men would do it, right? A lot of men would date a woman that's super gorgeous, but treats them like dirt. And I just find that you have no respect for yourself. I think men that care about that shit really have no self-respect. So, I mean, I'm just yapping, but it's just, I don't know. I wish mindset like this would not be so prevalent in average men. Because at the end of the day, then you become no different than the people you complain about. You'd be no different than the chads you complain about, or the top-tier women that you complain about that don't want you. So I'd rather, stand true to my morals, my morality, my principles. How, that I'm not gonna stoop to anyone's low. Then, oh, I want a high body count. I want to have sex like with dozens upon dozens of women. It's not that enjoyable. It really isn't. I would never be part of the group of male content creators say women will never find a man, because this is the thing. I honestly believe, and I think it's true that no matter what category a woman falls in, if she's ugly, pretty, fat, skinny, old, young, 8 kids, no kids, women will always have options. Dating for women will always be easy. There will always be a simp out there. There will always be a fool out there. There will always be a thirsty, desperate man out there that will accept you however you are. If women on the 600-pound life on TLC can have boyfriends, can have men that want them, any woman can have a man. The only issue is that, do you want that man? Are you attracted to that man? That's the only thing. That's the only barrier women have. Do you want him or not? It's not that women don't have a man. Women of any and every category you can imagine will have an option. Will have options. Will have a man that would want them, would want to, be in a relationship with them, marry them, and simp for them. The problem is, do you want them? That's the thing. So that's why I would never say that, oh, you can't find a man. You could. There are plenty of simps out there. That's why all the women say, I've been single for how many ever years. I've never been in a relationship. Well, that's your fault. You had options. You have options. There are men that want you. The issue is that you don't want those men. So I have zero sympathy for women in the dating market. I have zero sympathy for women because you have options. You just don't choose them. Now, this is a thing where I have more sympathy for men, but sometimes they don't deserve it. A lot of men don't deserve it. I mean, if that man think that, okay, you know what? Fine, I'll be a stepfather to 8 kids that aren't mine by this woman. Okay, well, that is your value then. You should show you what your value as a man is. You can't get a woman. You can't get your own family. You can't sustain. You can't do it. So if that's what you think your value is, cool. That's what that's your life. We are all adults. We choose how we live our life. I just think sometimes a lot of men have such low self-esteem, have such low drive to be better, to be the best version of themselves. So if they're not the best, they choose women that obviously fit how their mental state. So it is what it is. I perfectly understand some men that are desperate, some men that will accept whatever they can get. It is what it is. But I will say this, I will be critical if a man accepts whatever he gets and then complains about it. So, for instance, if that man who agreed to be the stepfather of 8 kids that aren't his, right, provide and protect and be married to this woman, cool. But if he complains about this woman, how she treats him, how the responsibilities come along with it, I would say, are you stupid? You knew it. You knew this before doing this insanity. You knew it before joining this circus. You knew it. It is your own fault. Accountability, right? It's your own fault for being so stupid. So no one to blame but yourself. Because I did a video a while back, a man, saying that he has such a low value. So, he married whoever he married, but he hates her. He hates her. He's like, he's just saying a whole lot of shit how terrible she is. But you knew it. You knew it. You had such low value of yourselves, and that's what it is.
A guy said, how do you discipline a woman physically? He said, I need this answer.
Yeah, you're tripping. You don't discipline a woman physically. You're gonna go to prison is what you're gonna do. If I gotta beat her, I don't need her. If a woman even raised my temperature to that level, I'm already out of line because I should have been fired her and got away from her long before it got to the point that she's even doing something on that level. Hey, my uncle used to tell me, hey man, when you first meet a woman, tell her to cook you something. If she even suck her teeth, you gotta tell that woman to leave immediately. Why? Because little shit turn into big shit. Everybody's on their best behavior when they first meet you. So what does that mean? I got to extrapolate what she did when she first met me times 100 because I know in time it's going to become that when she gets more comfortable. If you're dealing with a woman who's even getting your temperature raised like that, man, you're dealing with the wrong woman. Just get another one or be with none because you're going to go to prison. What are you going to get out of that? All she gets is sympathy from everybody, and now she got leverage on you because she could go to the police. She can go to her brother. She can go to her dad. I'm not even dealing with a woman who even talked to me kind of wrong. Not even crazy. She can't even talk to me kind of wrong. If she don't say bless you when I sneeze, I'm going to start looking at her crazy like, I don't know if this shit going to work.
100% fact. I had to share that. Us as men cannot allow women to either turn us into victims or predators. We cannot allow women to turn us into that. Because this is a thing where women are fine with making men emotional. Okay? Men have always known that, you know, being stoic, being in control of your emotion is the way to be. That is a man. Okay? A true man is in control of his emotions. But women want men to be uncontrolled. Right? Women want men to let their emotions free. Women don't know it. I mean, like, women constantly promote men to be emotional. This is a thing where men know it. This is a thing where no one cares about you besides yourself. We cannot let women either turn us into predators or victims. We cannot. We have the best revenge is just, you know, focusing on yourself, being better. Okay? If she's the one who's toxic, she got to go. Don't let a woman turn you into someone that's toxic. Don't. That's the thing where a lot of us men don't have anyone to guide us. Right? We had to learn things through trial and error, and that's not a good thing. That's a very, because that's a hard life. So one of the things that I love is like take advice from other men. Take advice from other men. I get it. A lot of us have to learn from the hard way, but I honestly believe, I love this quote where a smart man learns from his mistakes, a wise man learns from the mistakes of others. I live by that quote, right? I do not want to make mistakes. I rather learn from the mistakes of others, okay? Because I don't need to suffer. I don't want to suffer. So I learn from other people's suffrage and improve myself.
No, because what one man won't do, another man will, and I swear it's really not that difficult to impress a good female. Like, I just landed in LA and this guy was like, have you ate lunch yet? No. Okay, Apple Pay for lunch. Go get In-N-Out. Okay, fair. I don't ever eat fast food, but like, because you did that, I will. On you. Told me to get protein style because he knows I'm healthy, which this actually low-key looks fire. So again, like, why am I stressing about a guy that won't text me back? Meanwhile, I don't even have this guy's number saved in my phone yet, and he's sending me money for lunch. Just your reminder.
You know, I think it's funny when you let a woman talk, she pretty much proves men's point. So the man that will do it, okay, that spoils you, whatever, he's not even saving your phone, right? You don't really care about him. The man that you do care about, the man that you're stressing about, not doing all that. What is that telling men? What is that telling men? It's like the men that you would use, the men that are simple for you, that will worship you, worship the ground you walk on, you don't care about. You can care less. You don't even bother saving his number because you don't want to remember him. And the men that could care less about you, the men that, you know, won't simp for you, won't go above and beyond for you, you are caring about, you're worrying about, you are having sleepless nights about, you are thinking about, you want to be with. It's like, how is, like, it's like this thing that women say, you know, if he wanted to, he would. The men that would, you don't want. The men that don't want to, you do want. It doesn't benefit to simp for women. Women will want the men they want regardless of what those men do for them. So this is a thing where, honestly, the men that have to go above and beyond for the women, those are the type of men that have to change women's minds. Because women weren't into them to begin with. They weren't attracted to them, they care less. The men that don't have to do shit, women want. These women would go to McDonald's on a first date for these men. While the men that women don't want have to do 5-star restaurants, and then she still wouldn't want it. So really, I really don't understand what women are trying to say. Because I've said this before. Women can get the men that will sit for them. Easy. Women don't have a problem with finding men that will go above and beyond for them. They just don't want them. There's a decently viral video of a man saying something controversial where it is getting tiring how women dress when they go to the gym. And I saw another clip where another woman said there's very little, it's like it's hard to find gym clothes. Why not wear sweats? Why not wear a hoodie? Why not wear shorts? I mean, actual shorts, not booty shorts. And a shirt, a t-shirt. I don't know, is the women anatomy that different that they need to wear very little? Skin tight and very little? I agree. This is a thing where this shows you that women live in like a different world where they complain that they know that they complain about men are dangerous and all this stuff constantly. They do things to seem like men aren't dangerous at all. This is the thing where it's like they don't live in reality. I have never said men aren't dangerous or watch out or be cautious, but this is the thing where I feel like a lot of women invite danger. They are not cautious. That they don't realize that, yes, it's not all men, but it's not all men are dangerous, but there are dangerous men out there. There are creepy men out there. Not all men are creepy, but there are creepy men out there. And I believe that a lot of women are not cautious in that. They try to invite danger. And I just feel like, why? It's needless. It's needless. Okay? I'm not saying, oh, just, what is it? Something by hindering your freedom, right? Your autonomy. You can dress whatever you want. Cool. But this is a thing where a lot of women don't understand there's consequences to actions, good or bad. I mean, we don't want bad things to happen, but it does happen. And we don't recognize that in some cases, in a lot of cases, we contribute to the consequences that happen in our life, okay? I'm not saying it's a good thing, right? It's not victim blaming, but I'm just saying that sometimes we need to take accountability for our actions. That some things we don't need to do. That maybe if we fall into certain situations, maybe we have a hand in it. Now, I'm not saying we deserve anything, and I'm not saying a woman deserves anything, but I'm saying that, let's take accountability. Maybe you have a hand in certain bad outcomes. Again, I'm not saying you deserve it. And I'm not saying, oh, let's teach men. Men know it. It doesn't mean that there aren't bad people out there. This is, in essence, why nice guys finish last. In essence, nice guys finish last. Because here's the thing. If she was in her prime, where younger, no kids, she would not have picked this man. She would not have picked this man. She's decent looking. Here's the picture. She's decent, but I think a woman like this, if she had no kids and was younger, she would not have picked that man. That man would have been invisible to her. But here's the thing where women like this find out that because of their mistakes, because of their actions when they were younger, getting kids, dating terrible men, dating shitty men, they find out that they can't get the men that they want, that they truly want, or truly attracted to settle down with them. Because they have, although they may look good, they have very little value to them. All they have is looking good. That's it. Because honestly, no man that she wants, that she's attracted to, is attracted to her for long-term commitment because she's older and has 3 kids. And probably an attitude, a personality that's not conducive to relationships with these types of men that she wants. Because you can tell her that she doesn't want this man. Because saying that, oh, he's constantly trying to get you pregnant. You don't want it. You don't want him. You just want him to use him. Use his resources. That's the thing. Use his foolishness that he is absolutely in love with you. Absolutely put you on a pedestal. So use him for what he's good for, his resources. That's it. You're not attracted to him. You don't want him because you don't want to give him kids. You don't want to give him kids because I doubt he's getting much sex from you. That's the thing. It's like, I said this, okay? Men can do whatever they want. Date whoever you want. It's you are an adult. But here's the thing where I see a lot of men not realize that they use their, I guess insecurities, in the sense that, okay, now I get a chance with a beautiful one. I never got a chance with beautiful women. So now that she's not in her prime, she's giving me a chance. And you accept it. This is a thing where, this is why a lot of men will suffer. Because they think, oh, now I get a chance with the gorgeous, with the cheerleaders, all that shit. But they would treat you like shit. And I'll hold men accountable. I'm not going to say that, oh, I'm on men's side. No, because a woman like this is and will be treating you like shit. She doesn't value you. She's not attracted to you. She doesn't want you. She'll want to use you. That is it. So since you are fine with it, it is what it is. You're an adult. That's why, the fools that wants to pay for OF when you also complain about these women being only going for the top tier men or over sex. No, you have no ground to stand on. I hold those men accountable as well. But I'm more talking about, this is the thing where I need men to realize, stop it. Get with women that wants you, that doesn't want to use you. That's the thing. Get with women that actually want you. If you have to be single, you have to be single. If you have to be the passport bro, be a passport bro. But don't, and this is the thing, yeah, most women, often all women, they want your resources, but at least they have some sense of desire for you, that at least there's some fairness to it. Where I believe in a relationship like this, it's one way. All he gets probably is just a look at her. That's it. Probably get very little action with her. So that's the thing where I want to say, just it's sad and pathetic that a lot of men will take it just because you get to deal with a good-looking woman. So.